Alright. Alright. I'm doing all these videos because I'm here to inspire you so you can motivate yourself to get up and change your life, work out, better diet, and so on. Be healthy, feel healthier, and, well, not just be a fat, lazy slob on the couch. Anyways, which it seems to be the norm nowadays, being a fat, lazy slob and trusting the medical industry. Wouldn't want to be there. I'd be fucking dead if I did that shit. Many times over. Anyway, this morning I woke up with a severe cramp in my right calf, and used to get those all the time. It's the leg I had my DVT, my blood clot in. Still have lymphedema in it, but once I realized that it's just dehydration a couple years ago, haven't had one for a long time, but since I had my ulcerative colitis flare 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago to the day, lost a lot of fluids, and you can only drink so much water, and when I was at the ER, I didn't want fluids, iron, or a bag of blood. I like doing it on my own, like having my own blood in me. Anyways, so I'm having to slowly increase my fluids again. And with the run I did yesterday for my leg and lymph on the trampoline, cycled a lot of fluid through me, and then I went and did my massage. I do it every Friday, and she moved more fluid through me. So, and I can only, again, replenish so much water at a time. You can't just guzzle a gallon of it, you'll fucking kill yourself. So I'm getting there. My fluids are almost to where they're supposed to be. My red blood cells are about I got probably a good like 2 weeks left minimum on my red blood cells. And iron, I'm super anemic, so iron's a problem already, but I track my red blood cells with my heart rate. And as you heard through past videos, I talked about it, but basically your heart rate works harder because you don't have the amount of red blood cells, iron, and oxygen moving through your system that you're supposed to have. So your heart's a little more quick to react and twitchy, and it beats a little faster at rest and at work. I'm down to about 10 beats higher. Every time I have a flare, it goes to about 20 to 25 beats higher at rest and at work. But 2 weeks, that's actually amazing for how much fluid I dumped out of me. So I'm about 9 to like 11 beats ahead of what I normally am, but it's still on the twitchier side still. So again, a couple weeks left. Anyways, it is Saturday. I have Sunday off, thank God, so I can have time to rest and revitalize, pull more fluids in, so I'm not losing anymore. Today is Saturday, weighted mile walk and shoulders. I pulled all my chest stuff, I don't know, what was it, 3 weeks ago or something? But I did that because the way my shoulders are, if you can see, I'm all bent and shit. Well, it's complicated, but I'm trying to figure out one exercise I can do for chest lightly to where I'm still working the tendons and muscles, keep them juicy and strong enough to withstand all the other workouts that I'm doing, because once you do one side of your body, you got to do the other, otherwise you're going to start having pain in a lot of things. So, but I had to pull them, and since I pull all my chest stuff, my right arm issues simmered down. So I would say either not next week, but the week after, I'll try something. I was going to try dips Dip screwed with me in the past, but I'm gonna alter my reps and my sets on that, or I'm gonna try that. But literally, I can't do like any chest shit. I've gone through the gambit about 20 times, but I gotta find something. So without further ado, weighted mile walk, and then after shoulders. Let's get to this here. While I still have my good energy in me for my workout. Okay, and again, there's a million other factors that go into every itty bitty process that I talk about, but I don't want to go into the little stuff. And when you lump it all together, it usually comes down to a handful of things you can do that incorporate all the little stuff as well. So it's it's a bitch. I've been researching all this crap for like 15 years, and I'm still nowhere near now like super knowledgeable about all this stuff. It's insane. Alright, come here, Planty. I gotta water your big ass. Okay. Get the boogers out of your eye. The nighttime crusties, whatever the fuck you call them. There's like 5 billion names for crusty eyed boogers in the morning. But let's face it, they're just fucking boogers. It's mucus. Okay. Okay. Okay, I don't need your big ass today. Ugh. Okay. Okay, you're a good one. At least we got the sun today, huh? Okay, make sure he's at a nice tension. I want the fluid to still go down and up without too much restriction from the watch band. Okay. Usually I honestly take a sip because you don't want to have to piss halfway through, but being that I'm a little dehydrated due to my cramp I had this morning. Take a nice big gulp. It's funny because if you notice, this leg is not too much right now, but this leg down here looks fatter than this leg due to the lymphedema, which means there's a layer of fluid in basically under my skin, or in the middle of layers of skin. It's all this fluid, that lymphatic fluid that sits there. And the muscle is dehydrated, but I got all this fluid right outside the muscle, but they don't exchange. It's got to be all gone up, processed through the liver, kidneys, and all the organs into the bladder. It's got to go through the process to get down there to the muscle. Isn't that fucked up? You can't just like, go through the other layers of skin and then, saturate them, actually juice up the muscle. Got to go the long way around. Oh, well. I wish there were some processes that would, like having skin that could like absorb moisture from the air so you wouldn't have to drink as much. That'd be cool, right? Our bodies would be so much more adaptable if we could, replenish some fluids from the air. But no, we gotta go the long way around. Alright. Okay, weighted mile walk. My calf is just still a itty bitty bit tight and a little sore, but I'm still gonna do it. But I'll make sure I'm gonna get a decent amount of fluid in today. I'm gonna up my salt just a pinch. I usually do a 300 milligram pinch after my workouts with a couple gulps of water, my protein shake, and my banana. but I'm gonna try to today and tomorrow. So Monday, but again, it takes time. Everything takes time to replenish, to restore. You know, there's like a 2-day delay on everything in your body. Just remember that. That's one of the things I figured out. You always get if something happens, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days. And if you pay attention for a couple months or a couple years, I've done it for years and years and years, 2-day delay. You know, like warfarin, the blood thinner I take. It takes 2 days for, like, if you up the dose or lower the dose, it takes 2 days for your body to assimilate that new dose. And then everything else too, hydration, you name it. Just pay attention and you'll figure it out. It's kind of wild. And give or take, but it's roughly 2 days for everything. Alright, oh, look at that, had it right on. Indoor walk. Okay, here we go. 2 points. I start out at 2 points. My walk is 2.7 speed, 0.5 incline with 10 pounds of weight, and that circulates and gets good. You don't want to blast yourself on here because then you're not going to have the energy for that stuff. So, and the bottom of my feet are sweating. It's like the only part of my legs that sweat is the bottom of my feet. And they sweat quite often, a lot. Which is weird. They don't stink because I always wear sandals, so they're always good enough air. Okay, 2.7. 2.7, 0.5 incline, and we're walking. Oh, here we go. Heart's pretty balls on, just a pinch over. speed's higher than normal, not bad. Quarter mile. basically 12 minutes left and then a 2-minute cool down. That's fantastic. 3/4 of a mile. 1/4 left. Oh, that's fantastic. Nice. Almost. Bow, 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 bow. Two minutes and 2-minute cooldown. Mile, almost same time, baby. 40 seconds, then cool down. One 0.40%. Weight off. Point 8. Done. All right. Fantastic. Man, my heart's snapping back faster than I thought it was. It's just a fucking pinch above now. That's great. Oh yeah. Alright. Move your big bitch ass on there again. Alright. Show you my walk here if I can get to you. Okay, this is my weighted mile walk. Come on, baby. So still, my active calories is 167, which is the honey zone is when I'm feeling at my best is between 140 and 160 active calories, but it is obviously a little higher because my heart rate was running a little higher due to my lack of red blood cells and iron pulling oxygen through my body, so my heart was working a little harder, so I burn a little more calories because of it. And my heart's obviously still a little higher. It's at the low 100s there, and normally it would be literally 92. Like when I'm feeling at my best, it is 92 beats at this point right now. So, like I said, roughly around 10-ish. So, that was a weighted mile walk. Shoulders. Again, I do light stuff all the way up until my red blood cells are back to pulling the correct amount of oxygen through my system, and my heart rate is back to normal, which takes anywhere from, like, they say online, and I've corroborated with all my happenstances with doing this. They say 4 to 6 weeks. I would say anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks. If you do it correctly, eat the right stuff, take the right supplements, you know, get a B complex in, a little extra iron, you know, eat a steak every day or every other day. It's nuts eating it every day because you just get sick of it. So I space it out. But the steak, it's, you know, when you're low on red blood cells and iron, when you eat a steak, your body is nice and hot, you know, because you're lacking. But there's, what do they say, you get like 30% of the heme iron from a steak, and you really get it too. It flushes your system. It's great. So, and you feel like $1 million until it processes through you. Right. I'm still scrambling. It takes a couple weeks for the prednisone brain, as I like to call it, to fucking get out of you. Where it just makes you. It clusters your thoughts, and then makes you slightly anxious in your thoughts as well. So when you're trying to dig for a thought, you're kind of rapidly digging through a, you know, needle in a haystack, you know, it's right. Anyways, I'm gonna go take a piss like I normally do after my walk, and then I'm gonna do shoulders. I haven't decided, like I said, light week. I was doing, right before I stop, I was doing 10s, 12s, a set of 10 pounders, a set of 12 pounders, and a set of 15 pounders. I'm probably going to do 8, 10, 12 today, or I could do 10, 10, 10, but I like doing a lighter set, always doing a lighter set at the beginning to heat the muscle and tendon. It's important to do that because I'm telling you, you can avoid stretching, which I can't stretch that much, and I think cold stretching is stupid as fuck. It's all about getting the fluid to the place, and the fluid and the nutrients are what relax and nourish and juice everything up. It's not the fucking stretching. I get stretched out by a professional every Friday when I get my massage, so they do all the pulling and shit. So after the massage, of course, again, when all the fluid gets juiced in there. So light set, and then I do a medium working set, and then I do a little bit of a heavier set. I just love lifting heavy shit. I've always loved lifting heavy shit, but being what's going on, I have to dramatically limit my heavy shit. So, anyways, I'm gonna go piss and be right back with shoulders.